chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
That's right, I'm all out of bubblegum, and this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. It's the start of mandatory minicamp. I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for minicamp. I'm excited for everything that's going on. I've had a lot of people, or a majority of the people, because some people are just a-holes, comment and say, Tim, you seem very positive. You seem very optimistic about this season, or about what the Giants are doing right now. There's not an air of negativity. And I never really think it's an air of negativity. I just always think it's an air of honesty. And I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it a million times more. When the Giants do something well, even Daniel Jones, I have no problem giving them 100% of the credit and giving them the 100% of the optimism needed for that situation, for whatever they've done. I have no problem with that. But when you have been as bad as long as we have been, what happens is you point out the examples, because there's been a plethora of problems.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
There's more than a plethora of piñatas. There's a plethora of problems that we've had over the last year. But I've always said it, when things turn the corner and they start doing right, I feel there is a need for optimism. I feel there is a need to take a look at this roster and say to yourself, okay, it does. You do not, and this is what the video was titled. In my opinion, you don't have to have a winning season to be optimistic about a team. You don't, because of the fact that if you are looking to build through the future, if you are looking to build the right way, sometimes optimism goes hand in hand with that. You look at this year's draft class. Outside of the first round, outside of Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal, the general consensus is from the talking heads that there was a lot of reaches for the Giants. But there are also a lot of guys, if you take a look at, while they may be potential reaches for other teams, they could fit the Giants system. And I've said this before, just because it's a reach for them, system-wise and idea-wise, it could be a perfect fit for this team. And that's something to be optimistic about. That's something to look at. I mean, I will always say I still think Wan'Dale Robinson's a little bit of a reach, but I think someone like Daniel Bellinger is going to be okay. I think Belton out of Iowa, it looks like he could potentially be a player. But I'm not gonna mortgage the farm on and say that. Like I said, you don't know what you're going to get with McFadden. I love what people I saw on Twitter. People were like, McFadden's going to be the big guy this year. You know, that's what you guys said about Smith last year. You don't know. DJ Davidson can come out and rock the Casbah. Darren Beavers could be better than Wally and the Beaver. I don't know. But you know what? I have this sense of optimism about this team because of the simple fact that for once you have to feel like this is going in the right direction. You have to have a feeling that this is headed towards towards a finished final product. And I've said this before, and I was kind of expanding the point. Optimism does not have to equate to wins. I could still be optimistic about this team if it's a 5-win season, because of the fact that you're building towards, and I said it earlier, you're building towards the future. You are building towards a finished end product. And you hope that having a plethora of cap space in the next couple seasons, depending on how we spend it, and you hope that we can turn around and equal another quality draft. Because if you take a look at the drafts the last 4 years, there's not much left. Old Mother Hubbard says there's not much left in that draft cupboard. But what we have now in front of us is optimism. We have meaning. We have a direction. Is it the right direction? I can't tell you if it's the right direction at all, because I don't know. But is it a better direction than what we had previously? You're sitting there and you're bringing the wink.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night!
Who is going to give a sense of optimism to the defense? Why? Because of the fact that it's something different. It's not Patrick Graham, wait and see. I like to call it the wait and see defense. You wait and see, and you hope something good happens, and you bend, not break. But it's a new sense of optimism. You have the Kafka coming in, and the Kafka, you hope, is going to bring something different, something that people didn't like in reference to seeing the Jason Garrett. You know, people with the Jason Garrett offense, all they wanted to do was blow it up and start over. And with Kafka coming in and Dable coming in, you're getting something new again. While your quarterback may be in his fourth year, you're getting something new. You're getting something different. So optimism can be that difference. And like I said, it doesn't have to equal wins. I still think the Giants are a 5-win team. I don't think they're going to excel. That I think at their best, that's what they are.
Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
And you know what? And Sean's got a point about that. But sometimes you're not built to win. And it's not the fault of the players. It's the fault of the organization. So you can't take it out on the players. You could and the people that we have taken out on over the last couple of years, of course, have been Joe Judge, have been Patrick Shermer, have been Dave Gettleman, have been everyone else. But those guys are now gone. And it's time. It's time to let it fly.
You can't keep me cooped up in here, okay? I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
You gotta let the peacock fly. You gotta let the pigeons loose. And I think that's what the Giants are going to do this season. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's going to sit there and equal 8 wins, 9 wins. I think it's going to equal 5 wins. But I've said this before. I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. And I think that's what people need to understand. That you need to be okay with these things. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's still going to be the New York Giants on the field. We know, if we know going into the season that it's not a finished product, that just makes you understand it a little bit more and makes you enjoy the game. It makes you enjoy the progress. I've said it before. You could win 5 games, but if I see progress through the year with these new players, that's a win. And with mandatory minicamp coming up today, right now, it's more of a win because you're getting these guys on the field and you're going to start instituting your offense and your defense. And that's what we need to look at. And that's all we need to do. And that's why I'm Mr. Optimism now. There's other reasons why I'm Mr. Optimism. August 21st, Giant Stadium. And it'll always be Giant Stadium. I'll never call it MetLife. August 21st, Giant Stadium. After the game, the Bengals preseason game. I'm going to be there with James Williams, OGR Sports. We're going to head down to the field after the game because they allow you to do that when you sit in the coaches club. And I've already said this before, and I am making this challenge. I am going to throw a ball from the 40-yard line into the end zone. 50-plus years old, making that big throw. I want everyone to come and see it. And I think I'm going to do it for charity. Why?
Don't push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Evidently, that was the wrong sign of fact. But why am I going to do it? Who am I?
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to film it. I think OGR is going to film. I think James Williams is going to catch. And I think we're going to do it for charity. And I'm taking bets. I've already bet certain people that if I can't do it, I will donate $100 to their charity. If I do it, they owe $100 to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. The question is, are people going to be man enough to pay it? Take your bets. Because you know what? Like this season, you need to be optimistic. Why?
Make the bad man stop.
Because I am the bad man. And this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you can subscribe, if you can ring that bell, I think you know what it means, that'd be awesome.